huge win for Australia, not just the quantum, 146 runs, but also the kind of turmoil that Australian cricket is right now. This is a huge, huge win. You could see that in the body language, in the confidence levels, from day 3, 4 onwards. The body language was different. There was a lot more banter / sledging. Before that, the Australian cricketers were a little quiet. But now I think there's a lot more confidence in that side. And going forward, this performance will definitely help them and how they believe in themselves and the team. And not just the players, even, the public, the Australian supporters and people who follow Australian cricket. But some, glaring questions in front of the Indian team management. Let's just start with the selection thing. This is not the first time where the selection has been questionable. It's happened in the past as well. In terms of reading the pitch or the combination that you'd want. I'm not saying this because Nathan Lyon's picked wickets. See, let's be honest. I think Nathan Lyon, as far as I'm concerned, is the best spinner in the world. He can pick wickets on any surface. So I'm not comparing Nathan Lyon with anyone else, but it's just that, a spinner gives you more control over the game. And you don't pick a team based on day 1 or day 2. You also look at day 4 and 5 as well, if the spinner would be useful. Maybe if you had played someone like Jadeja, he might not be as effective in the first 2-3 days, but on day 4 and day 5, he could have been a lot more useful with all the rough created, the cracks opening up, and so many left-handers in the opposition. And also batting part. The first inning 43-run lead with Jadeja, the way he's batting off late, maybe could have contributed. So that's one. The other thing is obviously the openers in terms of Indian batting. Let's start with the openers. I think, KL Rahul, dropping KL Rahul will not just help maybe somebody else get an opportunity, but also I believe KL Rahul needs a break. It'll help him in the long run is what I believe. Because when you're playing back-to-back matches, you're just thinking how you're going to get out of the rut. You don't have enough time to think about your game, your mindset. You're just moving from one venue to the other. But I think he just needs some time off and kind of sit back and think constructively and positively about how, what's been going wrong. So I think that's one way to look at it. And also the other way is there are other people as well. Someone like Mayank Agarwal, I'm glad that unfortunately, though for someone like Prithvi Shaw who's going to miss out, but glad that Mayank Agarwal's been called and the kind of runs that he's been scoring of late at every level that he's got an opportunity, be it India A or Ranji Trophy or Dilip Yoda or wherever, he scored a lot of runs. And not just the openers, even middle order. At times, you just got to think, what's the game plan? Virat's got a very solid game plan. There's no two ways. That's one of the reasons, and his mental discipline and discipline even while he's batting, that has helped him through these last few years. And he is where he is because to a great extent that Pujara has shown his strength of mind and conviction, the way he's batted. But obviously, Ajinkya Rahane, even though he's got runs in the first innings, but something that he needs to, I guess, work on, because the second innings, you can understand him playing those shots off the back foot and was ready on the back foot. But then if you're ready on the back foot, that it'll be very difficult for you to, hit those cover drives off the front foot. That's what he did in the first innings. In the first 20-odd deliveries that he batted, he just played attacking shots off the back foot. But when it came to front foot, he would only leave those deliveries or defend. In the second innings, it's the other way around. He was on the back foot, but he still wanted to play a cover drive or a square drive off the front foot, where the body weight obviously wasn't in front, so the ball went in air. But good planning as well, keeping that point fielder there, where generally you won't have it. So yeah, batting wise, yes. Even Rishabh Pant, he needs to figure out. I know he's still work in progress, and he's still new at this level, but he still needs to figure out which gear to go about, and how. If he's going to go play his shots, then shot selection is a big thing for stroke players like him, picking the right deliveries, choosing the right shots to play. So as I said, he's young, he will learn, but sooner the better. Hanuma Vihari looked good. He looked very solid. So as far as I see it, his technique was very good against the rising ball, against the moving ball. The second new ball that he batted for a little while. So it's interesting whether he will be promoted, and that is an option as well in front of the team management to look at him maybe as an opener to create that space. Now that Hardik will be part of the squad, maybe open up that space for Hardik in the middle order. Well, bowling has been good. There's no two ways about it. But again, there is a pattern which is quite evident. Is picking up those last 3-4 wickets. That's been the issue against South Africa. I mean, England, that almost costed India the series. So I think that the bowlers need to sit back as a group and figure out, do they need to do things differently? Because what I saw was, they bowled differently to the first 5-6 batsmen and bowled differently to the tailenders. And the fact that the standard of batting as far as the tailenders are concerned, that's come up. I mean, everyone, even number 10, 11, can bat. They can hang around. I mean, Hazelwood was a great example in the second innings. So maybe the bowlers need to just bowl the way they bowl to the top 5-6 batsmen and not do things differently. But that's how it is. But the fact of the matter is, yes, this series has become very interesting, and all the banter and sledging has made it that much more interesting. It's 1-1 now. But looking at this Australia side and the Indian side, looking at both of them and the surfaces that are coming up in Melbourne and Sydney, I still think India's got a very good chance of winning this series.